You are live. Good part of the day, my dear digital friends. And Adira is back. So this is going to be the second live stream in this new school year. Because I'm a teacher, I always count years not from January to December, but from September to May. This is roughly the borders kind of a school year in many countries, roughly. Of course, some people in some countries the new school year starts in August, and some even it starts in July. But most of the countries the school year starts about the beginning of September, at the end of August, and it ends in May, the first days of June. So this is the second live stream in 2025-2026 school year, new school year. And for today's live stream, I have selected a very kind of provocative topic. As you see, the topic here, it's written, do speech therapists make people stutter? So we're going to sort out the truth today. So I'm still waiting for people to get together. I'm expecting a little more people than last week. I just hope, because the problem of stuttering, speech difficulties, speech fluency disorders and stuff, these topics didn't go anywhere. We live in a very unstable, turbulent times, but these problems become even worse in people who have difficulties with speaking, with ease, with accuracy, with confidence. These problems become even more severe because, as I have explained in many videos I have made recently, stuttering is a silent killer. Yes, it's killing you. It's killing your soul. It's killing your mind. It's programming you to do something that is very harmful for you and your body. And as a result, unfortunately, people begin struggle more and more severely. And people begin fighting this problem with more and more negative energy. It's like never ever ending war. And you need to understand who you're fighting with. The problem is you are fighting with yourself. And as you probably know, maybe you don't, right? But I'm here to tell you that when there is a war, there is never winners in any war. Because for as long as you are arranging the war, you're going to be all tense. You're going to be all filled with negative energy. And on both sides, both enemies will be fighting, will be having a war, and they all will be struggling. Both sides. The enemy is struggling, you are struggling, so it's never ending times with peace. You will never end with peace. Okay, but let's go back to the topic for today's live stream. I hope I'm not gonna spend more than an hour this time. So let me tell you how I'm going to work today. Okay, Valdemiro Ricciardo, I'm not sure how to read your name. So thank you for being here. Thank you for letting me know that you're waiting for me. Wow. That's very nice to know that someone is actually wanting, wanting to see what I have to say. So here is how we're going to work today. I have a topic that I will explain to you. I will be talking about today because in 13 years since I have started working in this direction, helping people who stutter, unblocking people who have difficulty to speak with ease, without tension. And over these 13 years, every single day, people ask me the same questions. Absolutely, the same questions. And the question number one, they all want to know how to cure, how to treat their stuttering disorder. They all believe that they are genetically or neurologically ill. They believe that there is something wrong with them physiologically, mentally. Something is wrong. Okay? And I'm here to tell everyone that all people are born 100% perfect the way they are. Yes, perfect the way your mommy and daddy made you, brought you to this planet, because your mommy and daddy didn't do much. Okay? Yeah, they gave you birth, but you are made by someone who some people call God, other people call Mother Nature. So you are here on this planet not as an accident. Let me take one moment. I want to make sure that I am live and that it works. Okay? Let me see. I'm going to check on my YouTube on my phone if, okay, live. Okay, am I no views? Let me see if it's working. Come on. I can't even open it. That's very strange. I'm not sure I'm live. Okay. Could you please let me know that I am going live? That you can see it, because for some reason I can't even open. Okay. Let me now go then on YouTube right here and see if I can open my live stream on YouTube. Okay, live. Am I going? Yes, it says I'm live. Okay, could you please tell me if you can hear and see me well? Okay, looks like I'm on. I'm going to close it, but I still do not see anyone writing to me. Cannot post comment to some destinations. Okay, so let me hope that the video is going live. Let me look again, check it out. YouTube. Let me close it and open again. Okay. Yeah, looks like it's going live. Yes. Okay. Yeah, perfect. So now I can continue. Good. So here is what I have prepared for you, my dear digital friends, today. Because every time people come to me, they always ask the same question. This is question number one. If I had to rate it, I would tell you that, yes, question number one, how can I cure my stammering or stuttering? So what does it mean? First, you need to understand what is stammering. Because whenever you want to get rid of something, Whenever you want to solve any problem, guess what you need to do? First thing comes first. You need to understand what is it you want to get rid of. What is the problem you want to solve, right? So this is why today everyone is searching online this question. What is stuttering? What is stammering? And I want to see what is it our best friend today. Of course, they call it best friend AI, artificial intelligence, right? Meta AI. So what is it that all systemic website, including, of course, the website of, what do you call it? AI. So let's say, what is it that they say about stuttering? What is it? And for that, here we go. This is what I have done. Okay, let me make it bigger so I could read as well. So as you see, I put in here what causes people to stutter. That's number one question. And here is what they write. The artificial intelligence, based on all kinds of systemic professionals, systemic books, whatever they wrote about it, this is what they say. The exact cause of stuttering is not fully understood. And I want to stop right here. How can you get rid of something if you don't even know what it is? How? Do you understand that this is totally impossible to solve the problem if you don't know what it is? And guess what? This is what speech therapists, including like all professionals, conventional systemic professionals on the planet, they all say this, that they do not know exactly what causes stuttering. They can only speculate. They can only hypothesize. And that's what they say. The exact cause of stuttering is not fully understood by speech therapists included. But it is believed, I like to use the word not believed, but it is fantasized, it's hypothesized, it's just someone's idea, unproven hypothesis. It is believed that stuttering has a neurological basis. Let's stop right here. What does it mean, neurological basis? Neurological, it means that some neurons that connect the body organs, we have the whole neurological system, the system of neurons. It runs through the whole body. So they believe that these neurons are broken somewhere. And this is why you cannot speak. Neurons. So physiologically, you have a hard time speaking. That's what they believe, that something is broken within you. Where is the proof? Where is it? Nobody has ever proven it. Besides, let's take any true neurological condition like stroke. For example, when people get a stroke, what happens? When neuron connections truly get disturbed, truly get ruined, what happens to a person? He is done. He cannot do anything. Even speaking, a person who just had a stroke and the neuron connections got cut or like disturbed or whatever the word you can use, they cannot even walk. They cannot see anything. They cannot speak. They cannot. And it takes a lot of time, a lot of true medical treatment to restore those neurological connections, neuron connections. It takes a lot of time for a person to grow back neural paths in their brain to learn again, for example, even how to walk and then how to talk, of course. It requires a lot of time, right? Now, let's take a person who stutters. You made mistake now, then you go back inside of your room and you say the same word perfectly. Why? Because you're not broken. When you were in front of the public, in front of other people, you were doing something incorrectly and you blocked your access to your perfectly normal, healthy body, mind, computer. Yes, this is a biological body, mind, computer. You need to understand that. So, neurologically, you are 100% normal. But whenever you did something or you do something incorrectly, you block the access to your perfect body, mind, organs, computer, mind, brain, whatever you call it. There is no access. This is why you make mistake in one situation, but you change the setting and you are speaking fine because you are not broken. So the hypothesis of people believing to stutter because of a neurological problem is truly not logical. It doesn't make any sense if you begin to think about it. Now, the next point, the speech therapists also believe that stuttering often involves differences in brain function related to speech production. I'm sorry, I'm hesitant to ask, who is using your brain? Who? Am I using your brain? Do people that look at you use your brain? Who is using your brain? Tell me. If you are here, write to me. Who uses your brain when you do anything? I hope you write to me because I see a few people watch me now. So I'm going to just come up with the answer myself because I still hope that rational people are listening to me, watching me, okay? And you guys are communicating with me. So you are the one who uses your brain at the moment you do anything, including attempting to speak. When you attempt to say anything, you are using your brain. And if you are using your brain incorrectly, or if you want to use your brain, but you put your attention not on speaking, but on something else, your brain will not have electricity to work. Your brain is not going to work properly. And of course, you're going to have difficulty not using your brain. No, okay, using your brain as well, because you're going to be blocked from accessing your brain for speaking, but you will be perfectly using your brain when you, let's say, looking at the ceiling. Yeah, you can see the ceiling when you move your eyes, right? You can see the ceiling. Who gave order to your brain to look at the ceiling instead of giving your eyes rest, not moving them at all? Because 99% of the time, okay, let's say 95% of the time, we do not use our eyes when we speak. And the way people who stutter begin doing this, they order their mind to go through, to give electricity to the eyes, and they cannot speak. So the bottom line, stuttering does involve differences in the brain function because You are not using it correctly. You are attempting it to use incorrectly. You're not using correctly your brain. You're not using correctly your attention. And of course, the body, mind, computer reacts naturally. You block. You have difficulties. Okay, so the very first and long so-called smart statement of artificial intelligence, that's what all speech therapists believe and tell you, right? The exact cause of stuttering is not fully understood. Yeah, they don't understand it. And the next part of this sentence just proves it. It is believed to have a neurological basis, often involving differences in brain function related to speech production. This is correct because your brain truly doesn't function correctly because you, people who stutter, do not use your brain correctly. You are not using correctly your brain, and of course, you have difficulties. Let's go to the next question, next sentence. They say, genetic factors may also play a role as stuttering can run in families. And environmental stressors can exacerbate the condition. I understand the word, but I've never used it, and didn't have the memory in my usta, and I immediately made a mistake. So, okay, Valdemiro, hi, finally you're here and you're watching me from Angola. Good to see you here. I am the who is using my brain. Yes, exactly. I knew that at least one person would answer rationally. Of course. So when you are using your brain incorrectly, that's what you have right away. That's the problem. Now, where is it? I'm going to go. So what was the next part? Oh, the next part was about genetic. Let's talk about genetic reason. I just want to tell you a very, very kind of simple question. When you were you born, your body, including your brain, did you have any abnormalities at the time when you were born? Any physiological abnormality? I mean, let's say there is 1% of the population, especially in our crazy world with all kinds of chemicals in the air, in the food. Yeah, it's possible that physiological, like anatomical abnormalities do happen, unfortunately. But I think that when you were born, you were perfectly fine. You were healthy, right? And when you were developing, you could hear, you could see well. You are 100% normal people. But as you were growing up, you were learning to speak. How? I talked about it many, many times through imitation, direct imitation. This is why I never ever take off my wall the picture with these guys, parrots. We all learn through direct imitation, just like parrots. So the moment after you were born, you were 100% normal, but you were learning to behave in everything, walking, doing things, and saying things, and the way you say things, right? From your environment. Most of the time, it's your mother, father, whatever, your family, your teachers, your friends, your classmates. We always imitate those who we see. And guess what? When we're young, we are doing it unconsciously. There is nothing to think about. We just look at someone, we like it, and we begin doing exactly the same. Okay? So let me know if you understand what I'm talking about. Speech is also pure imitation. If there are people who don't speak well, who speak too quickly, who repeat words, who stumble, who prolong, who just use incorrectly their body mind, then guess what? You will imitate this kind of strange, abnormal, and very difficult behavior. Because when people act in this way, guess what? It is very difficult to speak when you are not using correctly all kinds of tools we have. And when I say the word tools, here we go. Look at my eyes. The eyes are the tools. Look at my mouth. This is the tool. Look at our lungs. It's also the tool. Look at our ears. Also the tool. Which tool is blocked in you? I don't know. This is why I always invite people to come to me and have a free, totally complimentary consultation with me. When they come to me, I tell them, this is what's blocked, that is what's blocked in you. Enroll in my school, I will unblock it in only 3 days, and you will almost right away, you will begin speaking like everyone else on the planet. Right away. But remember that even after the 3-day class, the tools are given to us to use them, right? If you do not work with your tools, will you be able to use them correctly, with ease, with confidence? Of course not. You got to work with your tools, not just be happy, jump up and down at the end of the 3-day course or even 1-day course. And then all of a sudden say, oh, it's not working. Let me look elsewhere. Let me consult some looking nice stuttering advisor. Do you understand me? But let's continue. So once again, you were born perfect the way you are. Stuttering or any way of speaking with stuttering or without stuttering doesn't come to humans through genes. It's not genetic at all. You are learning to speak by imitation of other people, speaking people around you. And I want to remind you a little part about, remember how, I don't know if you're aware, but if you Google online, you can find a lot of information about feral children, children who just, it happened in poor countries. They were away from humans and they were raised by animals. And these people never learned to speak like humans. They learned to imitate animal behavior. They learned to bark, to meow, to make all kinds of noises that animals do. And they learned to move like animals, jump and climb trees if they were raised by some animals, monkeys, for example. There is a lot of information online. It's fascinating. I like studying this kind of information. Okay? So let me see if there are any other questions. No, not really. So the bottom line, here we go. So genetic factors have zero impact on the way you speak. But what does impact you, it's who you were imitating after. If you were and are imitate after bad speakers, 100% you will learn to speak really in a bad way, in a really bad way, in the same bad way. Okay, so everything speech therapists tell you is a bunch of lies. And as you see AI, search assistant, see it's cincinnatichildrens.org, Better Health Channel, It's, oh, here you go, betterhealth.vic.gov. So all the government sites, they all are filled with this information. It's not because in the government we have stupid people. Of course, it also is sometimes the case. But what the government takes, they take this information from the professionals. Whatever speech therapists say, that's what they put in AI. AI shares the same information. And most of the time, this information is totally wrong. How do I know this? Let's go back to studio. Okay, so here is what I'm going to do now. Let me tell you, okay, hi, Miss Anna. Hi, Valdemiro. Okay, thank you for letting me know you're still here. I am waiting for the questions. Let me explain to you. The moment you ask a question, I can focus on your specific block, because your questions simply show to me what's in your mindset, what incorrect information, I call it virus, informational virus, you have on your mind. Because our mind is like a hard disk on the computer. Okay, it's just your program. And if you are programmed to use incorrectly your computer, your body computer, your body, then you are going to use it incorrectly. Okay, it's mirrored. So here we go. A year ago, I made a very interesting video where I actually made a whole bunch of them, where I explained why people develop stuttering, why children develop stuttering. It's a 3-part video. I know people have clip mentality. They can't watch anything long. So I divided this information into 3 parts. And there are 3 parts. The first part was the first reason why people stutter, because of different parental mistakes, as I explained to you already. Children born totally 100% normal, they learn, they imitate their parents' behavior, incorrect behavior. Parents, teachers, classmates, and so on. Because when children do it when they are young, they do it unconsciously. Sometimes there is a stuttering child in the class, and a lot of children begin imitating this type of speaking unconsciously. Unconsciously. Sometimes there are bullers in the class. They are bullying this stutterer, and as a result, they learn to stutter themselves because they're going. Let's say a stutterer says, when in the morning the teacher is calling students and the student has to raise the hand and say, I'm here, right? Here. And if a stuttering child say, then a lot of kids would begin laughing and say, that's the moment they learn to stutter. Because if they repeat it enough times, and they tend to have fun with that. They tend to repeat it many times. They bully, they just mock this child during even breaks between classes, right? And they right? And that's the time when they are learning to stutter. And a lot of the time, I've heard that stories many, many times when people who stutter come to me, they enrolled in my class, they took the class, they stopped stuttering, of course. I unblocked their naturally normal, innate speech, and they told me stories how they were making fun of someone who was stuttering in their class. Yeah. So anyway, it's kind of like I call it, that was your karma. You did something nasty, you got it now. Now you stutter. But again, back to speech therapists, because this is the topic of speech therapists, right? What speech therapists do. What is it that they do? They put all kids together, they create group therapy, and kids learn to speak from each other. Yep. So this is how they make you stutter. You would come in the speech therapy room when you were, let's say, 6, 7 years of age, innocent, you didn't know anything. Okay, you would make a mistake here and there, which is 100% normal when we imitate. And sometimes imitation is not coming up too precise, but that's normal. You imitated, you would imitate one time, you would hear that it wasn't accurate, then you would be adjusting and imitate again more accurately, and that's it. 1, 2, 3 times, adjusting, fixing your mistakes, and that's it. But unfortunately, speech therapists put you together with a group of other stutterers, and all of a sudden, they make you believe that you are sick, that something is wrong with you, that you need non-stop speech therapy, right? And you go through years of these lies, years and years. But anyway, so that was the first reason, parental mistake, right? All kinds of parental mistakes, family mistakes. The second reason, there was a second video, I explained. I just saw the message from my former student who reacted to my video. I mean, he graduated many, many years ago, but hi, Terrence. I see that you put like on my video. Thank you. Good to see you. By the way, Terrence, I'm watching you sometimes doing your presentations, and it makes me so happy to see that your speech is so perfect. Sometimes it's too quick, you know, you know what I mean. Sometimes you skip one of the tools called the meaningful pause, but as long as you feel comfortable, it's fine. Okie dokie. So, oh my God, what I see. Look, everybody. Yeah, I'm going to put it right here. Thank you so much. See, Terrence, that's who I'm talking about. You've changed my life forever. Thank you. Wait a second. He wrote something else. Yeah, I love you, Anna. And here, you've changed my life forever. Thank you. Terrence, love you back. Happy you have so many kids. And I want to remind to you that when you came to me a few years ago, I don't even remember when, 5, 6 years ago, something like that. I remember Terrence came to me because he noticed that his little kid was making mistakes and he was paranoid. He was afraid that his oldest son, now he's an oldest son, that he began to stutter. Remember that? So now Terrence is the father of, I believe, 3 children. Maybe I'm behind. I don't know. Maybe it's 4 already. But he has beautiful children, speaking beautifully, and doing really, really well in his professional career. He is a broker. I really recommend, if you want to buy a house, he is the one who you should go to. See, I'm even advertising your services. Anyway, thank you so much, Terrence, and I wish you a lot of success in your life. Okay, hi, but let's continue. Let's continue. Where were we? I even forgot. So, one reason for people develop stuttering is different parental mistakes. Second reason, some trauma, by the way. Remember, Terrence had this traumatic experience. The parents were not having good time. Okay, they were arguing, and Terrence was impacted by that. His focus, attention focus was there, and he couldn't speak. Of course, he started making mistakes. So the next reason, and this is the most dangerous reason, I call it the traps of the system, systemic traps. So what we're going to do right now, we are going to go to a little part of the video that I'm talking about. It's the video that I'm talking about. It's called Real Causes of Stuttering Part 3. Okay, let me see. I guess, wait a second. Oh, I need to stop, disconnect this guy, disconnect, stop screen. Okay, then I'm gonna connect that video to share screen. Okay, Real Causes of Stuttering. Share. Okay, so here we go. Oops. I'm still confused sometimes. Okay, you see it. I'm going to go to YouTube page so I could have control over it. So bear with me. Lots of love to you, Terrence. Thank you for joining me. It's very pleasant. Okay, so let's go. I'm going to kind of speed it up. If you want, you can speed it up, but I'm going to start. It's going to be maybe 5-minute little piece of the video. Let's go. This is the third of 3 videos. Oh, wait a second. Is there sound? Causes of stuttering. I don't know if you have sound. I've explained that all children learn to speak through the unconscious imitation. There is no sound. Speech behavior. Let me go back there and turn the sound on. Whoop. I'm going to go back. Where is the sound? Of stuttering. Second, let me know, please, guys, you're listening to me. Was there sound? Because I don't hear anything. Oh, mute screen audio. No, you should have. Do you have? Okay, I just hope that Valamiro is still here. Valamir, is there sound when I play it? I'm going to start playing again. In the first video, I've explained that all children learn through the unconscious imitation of their parents' speech behavior.
I love you.
But due to various parental mistakes, children begin experiencing speech difficulties that prevent them from natural. Guys, let me know if you can hear it. Models. In the second video, I've showed how these difficulties may further aggravate due to psychological trauma, which diverts a child's attention. Okay, whoever is watching me, please let me know if you can hear sound of the video. Is it playing? About how to speak or about something else irrelevant to things they want to talk about. In this video, you will discover the main obstacle preventing such children. Okay, let me repeat my request. Guys, could you please let me know? I see a few people are watching me. Could you please let me know that you can hear the video, the sound of the video that I was going to play? I was playing. Is there a sound? Because I do not hear anything. That's why I don't understand what's going on. Did you hear it? Don't understand why. Present to invite. Mute. It looks like you can hear me, but nobody's telling me. Come on, guys, you're watching but not letting me know. Okay. Okay, I'll play it. I'll continue playing. Speech difficulties and returning to their inborn ability to imitate speech of ordinary people. You'll finally understand why is it that despite years of speech therapy training, medical procedures, treatment methods, and techniques, they still continue to stutter. I will explain the third and most dangerous cause of stuttering. However, I need to warn you guys. The information. Okay, now I stopped it because for some reason, I don't have sound. I don't know what you hear, what you don't. But I have stopped it because now I'm going to play this piece because this is reason number 3. What speech therapists do with you, with people, of course, and they did with you, whoever went through speech therapy. And I'm saying speech therapy, but it's not just speech therapy. It's any other medical advisor, psychologist, psychiatrist, neurologist, hypnotherapist, anybody who was educated by the system. So go ahead and listen. Okay. And you can write about what you hear because I don't know why I cannot hear myself in the video. That despite years of speech therapy training, medical procedures, treatment methods, and techniques, they still continue to stutter. I will explain the third and most dangerous cause of stuttering. However, I need to warn you guys, the information may shock you, but just like healing requires people to take bitter medicine first, your liberation from systemic lies about speech and stuttering requires you to understand and accept the bitter truth first. So listen up. In addition to everyday technical failures of the speech balance due to various parental mistakes and frightening psychological traumas, these children face a very powerful obstacle, preventing them from returning back to their inborn ability to speak, just like their mother, father, and other ordinary people. This obstacle is a set of system traps that keep people who stutter from discovering the simple natural solution to instantly eliminate any speech difficulty and stop fighting with their non-existent stuttering disorder. A few years ago, I made a video about these traps for stutterers by using the testimonials of my students.
This is Stephen. He is 48 years old and living in Canada.
Just like you, Stephen also grew up believing in the existence of an incurable stuttering speech disorder and thought that he needed to treat it for a long time with the help of various medical experts trained by the system. Over years, he paid to many system specialists for trying their therapeutic training methods and techniques, but continued to speak like this.
Got a lot of silent blocks, nasty ass facial contortions. They're just like scrunching my face up and when I'm trying to push it out. Even I actually sometimes bite my own tongue. He's like, and that bloody hurts.
Now listen to what he said at the end of his 3-day class with me.
I think I've spent the last 35 years looking for the cure, which I know doesn't exist and it's not needed. I spent 48 years looking for this panacea, this ultimate solution, which didn't exist until now. I have managed to gain control over my speech and I can now produce regular, normal, rational speech after 3 days rather than 48 years. In fact, I could do it after 1 day, if I'm being honest. But the second and the third day just built on, it added to, it strengthened my knowledge of the correct way to speak.
You see, thousands of specially trained doctors, speech therapists, teachers, and other practitioners treating those who stutter work in schools, universities, speech clinics, their help is based on medical approach, which is okay. So I don't know if you understood a lot because I didn't hear you guys. Okay. So I had to stop it because I didn't have the sound. I approximately, of course, remember what I was saying in that video, but still, you got to understand that speech therapists truly don't know what stuttering is, what your problem truly is. They may see what you are doing, but they don't understand why you are behaving in this strange way. Okay, I can hear song. Song? Why song? Okay, so Valdimira wrote, let me put you on stage. Show. Miss Anna, I stutter for 12 years. I have watched all videos about on YouTube about stuttering. All I find are the following advices: breathe, read, confidence, and so on. But all tour videos are good. Tour, you means your videos. I know that because I am the only English speaking person on this planet who really understands what natural and normal speech that you are all born with. Your name is Valdimiro. You, Valdimiro, can speak normally right now. I know you can. But for that, you need to awaken from all the lies that you still believe. Unfortunately, you still believe that you're broken. You still believe that you need to do this, that, you need some techniques, you need some method. So this is why you have difficulty speaking. Normal people never think about how to speak. They just speak. They speak intuitively. But why they speak intuitively and you cannot speak intuitively? The reason is very simple: because you still believe all kinds of strange ideas, speculations that speech therapists or other systemic advisors, even your parents, could have given you really strange advice. How many of you have heard, slow down or breathe? How many of you have heard it? Everyone, every person who stutters hear these lies that in order to speak normally, they need to breathe, they need to relax, they need to whatever, go to neurologist, psychologist, speech therapist. Everyone gets the same advice. But I'm going to hide your video, your message. Okay, you sent it even twice. Oh no, I'm going to show another message. You, Miss Anna, I started for 12 years. I've watched all videos. Oh, it's the same. All I find of, okay, but to be honest, I love all your, of course, everything I say, I speak the truth. You love, I mean, what this old lady is saying, is telling you, it's all based on my 40 years of experience dealing with lies and finding the truth, discovering the truth. I don't know what happened in the video because I was gonna watch the video, stop and explain it, but I guess you now have to go and watch that video yourself and do your best to understand. If you have any questions, I can continue playing the video. If you have questions, you may ask me. But do speech therapists make people stutter? The answer is yes, they do. They make you stutter. Why? Because this is the way they get paid, by working with you. They are on a regular salary. They receive the paycheck once a month, in some countries twice a month. The money comes from the government. Every state of every country has joined the deception called stuttering speech disorder or whatever, speech fluency disorder. It doesn't exist. It has never been proven. It's a speculation of the commercial system to make money. However, if you still believe all these lies, you will never ever stop stuttering. You will be struggling, but you would have to keep going to the next speech therapist, to the next lying specialist. Everyone else but Anna Dieter are lying to you about stuttering and things you need to do to stop stuttering. And I would say 90% of these people don't do it on purpose. They are genuinely confused. They also believe that the lies they have in their mind, they do a good job spreading their lies with you. They genuinely believe in this misinformation, disinformation, misconceptions, and they truly want to help you. But when you believe lies, guess what you are going to spread around the world, around the globe? Lies. So the bottom line, if you want to stop believing lies, you need to get unblocked. You need to understand what your real problem is. So to get rid of stuttering and begin living with pleasure, with speaking with ease, just speak for your pleasure. Speak for living a pleasant life, to be happy, to be positive at all times. Of course, all times it's kind of hard to achieve, but still, in order to be happy, you have to grow your awareness level, grow up, stop being a child. My feeling is that stuttering is like still being a child, because speech is the level of your speech, the quality of your speech is the level of your maturity. If you still say, the moment I hear people saying, I go like, I cannot hear that. Okay? Because every time you say, whatever, you feel all kinds of filler words, vocalizations. This is the way young children speak. They don't have skills to speak in words and words only. When we speak, we do not need anything else but words. So how can you unblock your natural ability to speak like a 100% born normal speaker? How? You need to enroll in my online school. Yes, the price of your liberation from stuttering is very high, but unfortunately, this is the cost of freedom today. We live in a horrible world today. It's scary for some people, exciting for others. I'm very excited. I just hope that the truth is going to get through the millions of lies. And finally, people like Valdimiro, who just wrote to me that everyone is spreading lies, he finally realizes that other stuttering advisors keep spreading lies. I am the only one who shares everywhere this information. Okay? I am the only one. I don't know why I am in this place. I don't want to be the only one. I want to have a team. I always wanted to open the school and begin sharing this information and begin preparing etalon standard speech educators. I am for this. I want to do this. I even have a business plan developed a few years ago, but it doesn't look like anyone is interested. That's reality. People are just concerned about money, 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 money. Nobody, not nobody, I'm not going to take this, not nobody, but I would say most of people are concerned only about their profit, and they don't care that they sell lies. Lies. I couldn't take it. I realized that I was selling lies 13 years ago, and I left the system. But I guess not too many people are like me. And I'm excited now because I really, really hope that one day people will awaken from this lie, awaken from the lie called stuttering. Stuttering, it's a big, fat lie. You're not sick. You're 100% healthy. You're 100% capable of speaking like each and every person on the planet. There is nothing wrong with you. Awaken from stuttering, guys. It's time. Lots of love to you. And Adira, as I promised, an hour. I have been live for a whole hour. Hope to see you next week, but bring your questions. I haven't seen questions today. You got to understand, when you ask a question, you turn me on, and I can teach you, I can help you unblock your natural, inborn, perfect speech. Sometimes even one answer, my answer, one piece of information awakens you to reality, and you begin speaking like everyone else. This is why we have started offering the 1-day class, not 3-day class, but 1-day class, because it is 3 times less money, 3 times cheaper, smaller investment. But for some people, even one class, which is $2,000, they consider it as too expensive. Once again, it's the cost of your free life. Liberation from slavery of the lies. Slavery. Right now, every person on the planet, if you say you stutter, it means you are a slave of the system. Slave. You're still in the system. You believe lies. They push on you. Anyway, so I already said goodbye and continued. Lots of love to you. And we'll see next week. I'm going to probably be working with a student from from Canada. But we'll see, maybe not, because he is taking only 1-day class. Whether he's going to continue his education or not, it's going to be up to him. So if Sunday, it's going to be Sunday. I will see. Maybe it's going to be Sunday, maybe it's going to be Friday. I will see. But I will definitely figure out why I couldn't hear the sound. I couldn't use the video, couldn't play it. I mean, you could hear it, I didn't. So that's not the way to go. Next week, I'm going to fix this technical problem, and we will see each other. So my recommendation to Valdemiro and other people who are still with me right now, spread this information. Spread it. Share with people you know. Share. Okay? Help others to discover the truth about speech and stuttering. Lots of love to you. Bye-bye.